Welcome all you beautiful people to your Lionsgate portal reading for 8/8 of 2022. The Lionsgate is all about when the sun is in Leo, and it lines up with the star Sirius, with the Orion's belt, and the Earth, which brings in amazing manifesting energy. All of those eights, the eighth house of the zodiac is actually the house of Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto in Aries. So you've got all this power, fiery power that comes in, transformational energy and passion that comes in and is available for this portal for this time. I've also brought out the strength card, which is the number 8 in the major arcana in the tarot. And you can see here, of course, there's a lion on there. And this is about the relationship between our lower self and our higher self, and bringing in this beautiful bridge between the realms. The number 8s and all of the minor arcana represent going to another level. You know, the 8 of fire or the 8 of wands is about energy coming in, messages coming in from spirit. You got the 8 of earth or the 8 of pentacles, which is about stepping up into a new place in the world, whether it's moving from like kind of a apprentice into a master level. And then you have the 8 of air, which would be the 8 of swords, which brings an awareness around our thoughts and our beliefs, those things that have been restricting us within our minds, allowing us to move to a next level. And then, of course, the 8 of water, the 8 of cups, is about leaving behind the emotions that are no longer serving us. So there is this beautiful energy coming in for this portal. And we're going to look into each zodiac sign. And we're going to look in to see, what did you learn over this last year from the last portal opening on August 8th of 2021. And then secondly, we're going to look at what you're leaving behind, what you're surrendering. And then number 3, what's the next step that you're going to head off on? What journey are you going to be looking at for this next year? So we're going to jump into each of the individual zodiac signs, and I'm going to jump into your reading right now. And before we jump into your reading, I just wanted to make a quick announcement that I'm going to be having a drawing once I reach 1,000 or more subscribers on my YouTube channel. I will be having a drawing for 10 1-hour personal readings for 10 lucky individuals. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would really appreciate you considering doing so. And if you do, make sure to click on the little alarm button to be notified and select the all option, so that when I reach 1,000 subscribers, I will put out a special video letting you know how you can enter that drawing. So I really appreciate all of you watching, and we'll get into your reading now. All right, Scorpios, this is your Lionsgate portal reading, and we're going to start off by pulling a card here from these Wisdom of the Oracle cards. And any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. But we're going to check in here and see where the Creator and Spirit want you to know about what you learned since the last Lionsgate portal back in August 8th of 2021. So for our Scorpios, what would you like them to know about what they learned, please? Okay, this is the one right here. And you have Thinker, card number 44, a very strong power number there. So thinky, thinky, thinky. And let's take a look here and see what message comes in for you here. All right. So this is all about learning to strategize, being analytical and logical. The ability to reason and strategize was your focus. Taking things at face value and following the logical path. Your calculations proved to be correct, for in the moment there was no deeper meaning than what was obvious. Things were exactly as they seemed, and you had all the information you needed. You kept it simple, and you won the game of life that you were playing then. So you realized, instead of going with your watery emotional energy, which is very Scorpio, which is totally great. It's a great thing to have. You learn the balance of also using your mind, using logic, using those things to help balance out all of that energy. So that is very powerful for you, Scorpios, because of course you do have a lot of that energy that comes in with that. We're also going to pull here from the Power of Surrender cards and see then what you are ready to let go of and leave behind, what you're ready to surrender as you move in to this new Lion's Gate. One more time. All right. So for our Scorpios, what would you like? Okay, come to know that they're leaving behind. And you have Surrender to Spirit. It's a beautiful card there. And that says on the bottom, once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. So this is great. Great combination of energies here, because this was all about using logic, balancing your emotions. But once you've done everything too, you learn to surrender your need to control everything going forward after that. You know, it's like thinking that you have to make certain things happen, but as long as you're following the steps, you're following your intuition, which you would anyway, but you're balancing it with this information coming in through logic and thinking, that now as you move forward into this gate, you're kind of bringing both of those together as you move forward into this next year. And let me also pull here from the Good Tarot, and we're going to find out next steps for you. What does Creator and Spirit want you to know about? What are the next steps that are coming, or the next steps that you can take? How are you going to do this? How are you going to join these two ways, two sides of surrendering the outcome while also doing the work? What are you going to do? So for our Scorpios, what else would you like them to know about the next steps that you would like them to do or be aware of? Okay. So they do want this one here, this one here, this one here. What else? Okay, and then these two. All right, so we'll start with this one down here. And you've got the star. Perfect. So you are ready to rock it. You're ready to step out and be seen, put yourself forward, and really put what you've learned into action. You know, the star is about hope. It is about initiating things, about the unexpected. It's the Aquarian card, the Aquarian energy card, which is all about sudden things and being able to have this brightness and this ability to work with groups and to be seen. And so this really is coming in perfectly for you here. And 7 and 1 is 8, which is the Lion's Gate. So definitely you're able to bring it together in a very, very positive way. Yeah, and you have the 10 of air. So 10 of air would be the 10 of swords, which is all about, you know, swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. The 10 is the ending and the new beginning. So you are definitely ready to put a lot of the old ways of thinking out of the picture, out of your mind as you move into this new place as well. So all this thinking that was going on has allowed you over this last year to really understand the thoughts that were helpful, the thoughts that weren't, the things that were logical and the things that weren't. And you really have been able to, I want to say, the Aquarian ability to put emotions into, the water bearers, so they can kind of compartmentalize emotions. What you're doing is you're compartmentalizing thoughts. You have these buckets that you created in your brain where you're putting the things that were helpful, the things that weren't, the things that you want to pay attention to, the things that you don't. And you really have done a lot of that sorting over this last year, which is really going to help you with this like leap as you move forward into this next portal. Yeah, because you have the Judgment card then, which is the call. So you are ready to step on up and take the calling. Step into who you want to be and who you're called to be. This also is about realizing you're so much more than the human side of yourself, this human character that you're playing. You are a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that's made of unconditional love. And this calling is that you are recognizing the dream that you really had inside of you. Some of this 10 of air stuff, these old thoughts and these beliefs that you're clearing out, are expectations about who you are supposed to be, the job that you're supposed to be in, the kind of relationship that you're supposed to be in. All those expectations you're really clearing out as you really connect to the passion, the joy of sharing with the world the unconditional love that's in your heart in your own special, unique way. So you really are bringing this into this limelight, into the spotlight. So this is great. And then you have the 5 of Earth, which would be the 5 of Pentacles in the standard suit. And the 5 of Pentacles, this is about your worth, you determining where your sustenance comes from. You're really working out your worthiness issues, like your belief in lack, and more so this change of thought, in that you are worthy to receive, worthy to be receiving praise, receiving money, receiving appreciation, whatever it might be. You're worthy of it, because it really is, the 5s are a transition from an old way of thinking about yourself, which in this case, it's like these feelings of abandonment, like you've been left out in the cold, no one is supporting you, to realizing that, like here, you have this huge posse of support on the other side, rooted in unconditional love for you, that they have limitless and they're boundless, and that you realize humans aren't what bring you your sustenance. They just sometimes are the delivery company, the delivery driver that brings it to you. But ultimately, it's the creator of all things and that whole posse of support on the other side that is bringing you your sustenance and the things that you need in each moment. So I love that you're really identifying how worthy you are for this recognition, and that you don't have to fear stepping into this light. And then you have the 2 of air, which would be the 2 of swords. This basically says that when you're making decisions, and you have decisions to be made over this next year, that you have 2 places that you can choose from for this information, right? Every moment is a choice between unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. In the past, you might have had, with all these 10 of swords, some really strong beliefs and supposed to be's that were guiding you. But as you move forward over this next year, this is surrendering to spirit. This is choosing unconditional love, looking at and connecting to the spirit world for their advice, to have your decisions rooted in unconditional love rather than fear or in lack. You're approaching it with a new strength and a new belief in yourself and a belief in spirit. So I love that this is unfolding for you this way. We're also going to get some clarity around these everyday tarot to see what else they want you to know about this journey as you're moving forward with this confidence, with this freedom, with this fresh belief in who you are. It's like a star is born. All right. So what else for our Scorpios, please? What would you like them to know about this adventure next year in this new Lionsgate portal? Okay, they want that one, and they want that one, and they want these 2. So this one here is the Page of Cups. So this is new emotion coming in for you, because cups are emotions, and this is also messages, emotional messages coming in. Trust in your heart, trust in your gut. This 2 of Swords is about that, right? You can trust your logical mind, which you've learned to really activate and access. But this is like this over this next year. It's like, hey, now you're going to have this balance coming in where you're going to have logic, but it's also asking you to trust your intuition, trust your gut in a new, deeper way, because you do have messages coming in from the spirit realm through your emotions. And then you have the Ace of Swords. So right on top of the 10 of Swords here, you have the Ace of Swords. This is the tool that you have to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm that are rooted in unconditional love. And then the sword also allows you to cut away these small t truths that no longer serve you. They did serve you for a time because they wanted to teach you through these beliefs what it might feel like to be small, what it might feel like to feel unworthy. But you're connecting to these higher truths, realizing that those were not true, but you got to experience the emotions and going through that adventure of feeling that way, what it might feel like, right? And then you have the Queen of Wands. So speaking of confidence and moving forward, this is so perfect because the Queen of Wands is one of the most confident individuals in the deck. So she is confident because you can see the little black cat here. She not only rolls the fire, but all the queens also have water added into them, each of the queens of the minor arcana. So with that water, that is the intuition, that is connecting to the higher realms. So the little black cat does represent kind of the magic, the familiar, connecting to the higher realms. And she moves through confidently because she doesn't feel like she's going at it alone. She knows she has that support team of spirit. Like it said, she feels like she can surrender outcomes, trust spirit, ask for assistance, ask for answers, and she gets it. So she has that strong connection, even though she might be going through this maze of life that has high walls that she can't see over. When she hits a fork in a road and she either has to go left or right, she just dials in to the eye in the sky, to all that support she has, and she just asks, what is for my highest experience, left or right? And they're like, take a right. And so she does. Everyone goes, oh my God, I can't believe you went right. How do you choose to go so boldly in that direction? She's like, what do you mean? She doesn't even feel like she's taking a risk because of the connection that she has with the spirit realm. So I love that. Yeah. And then you have the Hermit. So the Hermit is a big card about moving inward for your direction and for guidance in your path. And what's in there? The star. The star represents your higher self too, your spiritual self. So you are ready to connect to that spirit world and have that be such a strong piece of the guidance for you. I mean, that's all over your reading here. Very, very clear. And then you have the Fool card. So the Fool card is ready. You're ready to jump on off into that Lionsgate portal and make these jumps into new directions that you didn't think you would jump into, ever in your life. You didn't think that you would feel confident enough, right? You didn't feel like worthy enough, like we talked about with that Five of Pentacles, the Five of Coins, that now you're like gung-ho. You're so ready for the experience. If you have ever heard the story about eagles, when they're building a nest, they build it out of these twigs and these, branches and all this, where it is like this, thorny type of thing. And then they fill it all in with all these like furs and bushes and cloth and things that will comfort and protect the egg from all those thorns. And then the egg hatches and the little eaglets are born and they feed them, still protected by this wonderful warmth and protection. But when it's time for those eaglets to become little little teenage eagles and fly and get out of the nest and learn to fly, if the little eaglets don't jump and go do it, which they normally don't, the mama and papa eagles start ripping out all of those comforts to make it so uncomfortable within that nest that they're like, screw it, I'm going to go fly. And that's kind of like this energy that I feel is coming in for a lot of you. It's like it's become so uncomfortable staying in the place that you are because you're not being the true you and expressing the true self that you want to, do. Eagles fly, and it's one of their most brilliant abilities and gifts because they can fly to way above clouds, very, very high, where a lot of other birds can't go. And that is like where I feel like this is going for you, is that it's time for you to trust your worth and to make this leap, and that you are able to, and it's going to take you wonderful, wonderful places. So love this message for you. If you are looking for even more messages of love from above, in addition to these videos, I also put out weekly energy updates for each of the individual zodiac signs, also monthly readings for each of the zodiac signs, and a few other types of videos. I'll have them like linked here at the end of the video, the playlist for those if you want to check those out. But if you also want to be notified immediately when they become available in the future, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. And if you go in there and you select the all option, then you will be notified of any new videos that come out on the channel. Now, also doing those things helps spread the love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways, because when you like a video, share a video, comment on a video, or subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy excited and wants to share the videos of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of that, I am very grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, you mighty Scorpios, as you go through this Lion's Gate, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and of course, I love you too. Have an amazing journey. I'm sure we'll be talking soon, but in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.